Hi everybody, and welcome to Hooner History. I'm Ron Hoon. You see that house behind me right there? It's Bob Dylan's house. That's the house he grew up in from the age of 6 till he graduated from high school and then went on to seek fame and fortune, which he definitely achieved as really a music legend. I actually got a chance to go inside the home. Show you another shot of it right here. Look at that. It's now owned by a guy named Bill Pagel, who occasionally will give tours inside the home and told me some great stories. Showed me a lot of cool artifacts, most of which he didn't want me to take pictures of. But there is one photo I'm going to share with you right now that I love. It's 4 generations. There's young Bob sitting on his great-grandmother's lap. And let me just tell you who else is in this picture. There is his mom, and she is known as Beatty. There's his grandma. She is Florence. And as I say, he's sitting on his great-grandmother's lap, and that is Libba Edelstein. I have a feeling that both grandma and great-grandma were enjoying helping to raise Bob because his mom worked at a department store downtown. When they moved here, he was 6 years old in Hibbing. And his dad worked at an appliance store in town. And I got more on that, why Bob was not only a future winner of the Nobel Prize, but also obviously an incredibly successful and honored musician. But he was also somebody who, well, because he had connections at the appliance store, he had to be the only kid in town who had a portable black and white TV, 1957 model, and it's actually upstairs in Bob's bedroom. So the story goes like this. His father got polio when Bob was 6 years old. That would have been 1947. The family decided to move here to Hibbing from Duluth. And so Bob's dad went into business with other family members at the local appliance store. So they have a very nice 1950s GE refrigerator in the home that is authentic to those days. And as I say, Bob got his own portable black and white TV in his bedroom. Any of you who may have grown up in the 50s or 60s probably know how rare that is, but hey, he had his connections with his dad. So, by the way, Dad did eventually partially recover from polio, went on to live a great and successful life himself. But the family moved here because during those early years of the illness, there'd be a lot of other family around to help take care of Bob and his younger brother. So the story goes like this. He wins the Nobel Prize for Literature, and that is as a lyricist. It was controversial at the time. By the way, it was only 2016 when he was notified that he was a Nobel winner for literature. Now, having just been not too long ago to Stockholm, I realize exactly they have this, it happens right in the Stockholm City Hall. They have this incredible gala event where all the honorees, except for one, the Nobel Peace Prize awardee, well, that ceremony is held in Oslo, Norway. But in Stockholm, there's this glittering affair where so many prominent people have accepted the awards over the years. But Bob Dylan was a no-show. He was grateful that he won the award, but he never actually went there, at least during that moment, to be part of the ceremony. Probably heard he was kind of reclusive. But he eventually did make it there many months later for a quiet, private ceremony. And those who attended said spirits were high and the champagne flowed. as the young man from Hibbing, Minnesota wins the Nobel Prize. Now, when you can get inside the home, there are other pictures, other stories, etc. And I hope you can stay with me for the next episode of Hooner History, because I'll show you more from inside, including some handwritten lyrics and some other stories that Bill, the owner, shared with me. So glad I got a chance to spend some time in Hibbing, Minnesota. And there's a little sign right out front when you come to the home. I guess it's not always up, but if it is up, it's a pretty good indication that Bill just might be able to give you a tour as well. That's today's Hooner History, all about a music legend who came from the streets of Hibbing, Minnesota. By the way, what about Minnesota? Producing some pretty big names in the music world. Prince as well. Judy Garland grew up in a town about a 45-minute drive from here called Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And then the music legend, Bob Dylan, from right here in Hibbing. There's the home one more time. Thanks for joining me today, everybody, for Hooner History. If you haven't yet, be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. I have to say that on behalf of my grandson, Mason, who makes me do it. Anyway, looking for more interesting stories in the days to come. Be sure to join me for the next episode, more about Bob Dylan.